Naraka Bladepoint has made the new map, Perdoria, available on the test server for anyone to try out, and it has a ton of interesting new mechanics and secrets hidden within it. Perdoria releases on July 2nd, and today we're going to look at how to obtain the exclusive Red Rarity Longsword, how to solve the puzzle for the new Red Rarity Souljade, and go over all the new interactables around the map. Drop a like on the video and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So first off, we're headed to Imperium, the central POI on Perdoria, and this place is huge. Located out front of the main building in the center are two large glowing drums. After killing someone in the vicinity, the drums will show +1 above them, and you can see a circle around them filling up. After 2 kills in solos, 4 kills in duos, or 6 kills in trios, a portal will open, only available to the first player or team that charged the drums by getting kills. That player can go inside the portal and interact to receive the Red Longsword. And there are a few fireflies in here as well. After 30 seconds in here, any player inside will start dying rapidly. This sword's damage is slightly higher than that of a gold weapon, and dealing damage with it heals the wielder for about 100 health on blue focus attacks and about 5 to 10 health on light attacks. There are also these 4 statues that you can rotate by hitting them, and once they are all facing the cauldrons away from them, a hole will open up in the floor, leading to an underground sarcophagus that triggers a trap anytime a player steps too close to it. Next, let's move on to the Red Souljade Puzzle at Arcadia, the central northern POI. Located here, underneath the middle area, is a big blue crystal. The objective is to gather 7 Thunder Coins scattered around Arcadia and bring them back to the blue crystal. These Thunder Coins each take up a physical space in your inventory, and their spawn locations are confined to these buildings. They can spawn on these altars in the middle of the rooms, on top of the bookshelves, on the ground, or in plant vases. They can be brought back to the crystal and dropped near it to light the fires around the crystal. Once all the Thunder Coins have been deposited, the crystal breaks and spits out Vulpine Essence, a stronger version of Mortal Defiance. When your HP hits 0, this consumable jade breaks and saves your life, knocking enemies back, healing you for 1000 health, and giving 40% damage reduction for 5 seconds. This puzzle's progress is shared with the lobby, meaning an enemy could be holding a coin if you don't get to it first. This will probably make Arcadia a pretty popular spot to drop. With the 2 big puzzles out of the way, let's go over some of the lesser known things about the new map, starting with Fortune Land. This will make a random area of the map become a 5-minute special buff zone. There are 2 different buff zones that I know about so far. One is the Rejuvenation Zone, which makes you heal health and armor upon killing an enemy in the area. The other one is the Soul Revival Zone, making it so if you die within the zone, you can be reborn for free without costing your early game rebirth, and you can return to life with all the equipment you had, just like when you die with the Vermilion Bird's Might red buff. This only works once per person though. A small treasure monster can spawn inside these Fortune Land zones, and beating him up can get you a free gold armor or weapon. But be quick, as he can burrow underground and pop up in a different location. Going around the entire map is the Mercury River. You can hold crouch while running across the water to glide on it, providing convenient and easy enhanced movement. If you crouch on the water and stay still for a moment, your character will submerge themselves under the water, letting you move slowly but stealthily, and this gives you access to a special hidden attack animation. This gold focus attack starts as blue focus, and it can be parried, so you'll have to be sneaky with it. There are also floating piles along the river, which will have 2 gold stashes, 2 green stashes, and sometimes a firefly. They will randomly refill periodically, so when you see the notification, you can find them on the map. Moving north of Arcadia, we have the Spring Enclave. This little collection of hot springs provides a unique advantage. Anyone can approach these bubbling areas and interact to immediately start healing their health and armor in large chunks. A few seconds and the spring water will give a full heal. That's not the only new healing mechanism, as we now have a few healing willows located around the map. These can be interacted with to create a tether to players, giving them a small, constant health recovery and damage reduction. The tether will be broken after a few seconds of being out of range. Speaking of range, defense Souljades have been combined to be a general defense jade instead of separate melee and ranged damage reduction Souljades. This should make looting jades more enjoyable overall, as well as giving players more defense in general. Real quick, let's take a look at the patch notes for this test server update, because there's some other important Souljade changes here that we can see before they come to the game. Firstly, the individual weapon type Sap Souljades have been fused into a single universal Sap Souljade. This seems like a huge improvement, although now there is only one Sap Jade, so the likelihood of getting any Sap Souljade just went down since there aren't like 10 different Sap Souljades anymore, but overall this is a good change. They're also getting rid of all 1, 2, 3 horizontal jades and replacing them with a single universal 1, 2, 3 horizontal jade called Cyan Fang, which works for every weapon and heals for 75% of the damage dealt. This is a decent change as well, although they got rid of the silencing effects from 1, 2, 3 jades like Dual Ring, which I kinda like. Following jades got removed for being bad or weird. Follow the Recall, Abyssal Aura, Ocean Parter, and Blue Moon. They say they could return once they rework them. Nether Step is no longer its own jade, it's an upgrade on Soul Shatter and on Assassin's Lunge, and Trigger became an upgrade on Velocity Untold, which just seems insane to me. I mean, that combo of jades is incredibly strong. Oh, and they finally deleted Curative Bolts and Healing Bolts. Very cool. The Siphon Technique, Wave Roll, and Auspicious Jade Soul Jades were removed, and their abilities were placed on the Potential board, replacing some of the lesser used nodes in the purple, green, and blue areas. I'm actually liking this new board a lot, especially the purple nodes that reduce your ability cooldown when you or your teammates grab Soul Blooms, and the lifesteal effect after parrying or eating Soul Blooms. Mutari and Wucheng got their reworks, but that will be for another video. For now, let's get back to Perdoria. Moving across to Skygaze Cove, the 2 lava mechanisms found here can be activated to trigger lava on the ground on their respective halves of the area. The lava will burn enemies, but whoever activates a mechanism is given a brief lava immunity buff. I'm not sure what this thing does yet, if it even does anything, but it looks really cool. These smoldering trees have a special mechanic. They can be chopped or shot down to deal damage and apply the vulnerable debuff for a few seconds, making the target take extra damage. There are also Soaring Arm launchers that can be used to get around the map quickly without burning through grapples. Stone Soldiers and Imperium to hide in and attack your enemies. And Poisonous Jellyfish floating around in various locations around Perdoria. And this is only the beginning. There may be more hidden secrets this map has to offer that have yet to be discovered. If you're still watching, please consider hitting the join button below if you want to support the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one.